Hey, what's up guys, it's Dallas here, and today we are back for another Death Race Solo pixel art tutorial. Today in this video we are going to continue where we left off here, and we're pretty much working our way over to the right now. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off on top of the birchwood logs. We're going to take us some light gray concrete powder and place 2 on top of the birchwood logs. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab us some light gray wool and place that on top of light gray concrete powder, and then place 1 light gray concrete powder on top of light gray wool. Then we're going to place us a birchwood log on top of light gray concrete powder, and then we're going to grab us iron blocks and we'll place up 2 iron blocks on top of the birchwood log. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to take us gray wool, place that on top of the iron blocks, and then we're going to go ahead and take us bedrock and place bedrock to the right of the gray wool. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab us another brick block, place that to the right of the bedrock, and then place to right of the nether block 2 bedrock going to the right. And then on top of the first bedrock, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go up 4 nether brick blocks, 1 2 3 4, and then we're going to go from the very top nether brick block down 1 and then place another brick block to the left of that one. Then we're going to grab us a coal block, place it down to, or place it to the left of the first nether brick block, and then grab us black terracotta, place that to the left of the coal block. Alright, then we're going to grab us some gray terracotta and place to the right of this nether block up top right here 3 gray terracotta, 1 2 3, and then go ahead and fill this this gap right here and with gray terracotta. Alright, next thing we're going to do there we go, is grab us gray concrete. We're gonna place that to the right of the top of gray terracotta, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab us our gray terracotta once more, place 2 to the right of the gray concrete, and place 1 on top of the right gray terracotta, and then 1 underneath the left gray terracotta. Let me drink some water real quick, 1 sec. Alright, sorry about that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna place us gray concrete underneath the left gray terracotta, and then gray concrete underneath the right gray terracotta. And then underneath the left and right gray concrete, we're gonna place us black concrete underneath both. And then we're gonna go ahead and place us gray wool underneath the right black concrete, and then underneath that gray wool, we're gonna place us bedrock. To the left of that bedrock, we're gonna place us gray concrete. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're going to take us a clay block and place that to the underneath the bedrock. Then we're going to take us some polished diorite, and we're going to place 2 to the right of the clay block, 1 2, and then we're going to go ahead and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take us gray wool and place that to the right, 2 to the right of the bedrock, and then place bedrock on top of the right gray wool. And then we're gonna grab us some cyan terracotta. We're gonna place that to the left of the bedrock up top here, and then place that to the right of the gray wool. Next thing we're gonna do is take us some bedrock, and place 2 to the right of the cyan terracotta. Underneath the left cyan terracotta, we're gonna place this birchwood log, and then place a birchwood log underneath the left bedrock. And then we're gonna place polished diorite to the right of the birchwood logs. We're going to place a cyan terracotta to the right of the bedrock, and then 1 cyan terracotta on top of the other cyan terracotta. And then we're going to place underneath the cyan terracotta birchwood log, and then we're going to take us an iron block and place that to the right of the birchwood log. Then we're going to place this polished diorite to the right of the iron block, and then place on top of the polished diorite bedrock. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take us gray concrete and place that to the left of the bedrock. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab us arcana wood log and place arcana wood log underneath the iron block and the birchwood log to the left. Next thing we're going to do is grab us polished andesite, and we're going to place that underneath the polished diorite, and then underneath the polished andesite, which is polished andesite, not just andesite. Underneath the polished andesite, we're going to place us an arcana log, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab us coal ore, We're going to place that underneath the arcana wood log. And we're going to place 2 more coal ore underneath the coal ore. Alright. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start at the very bottom left corner right over here. And work our way around. We're going to grab us gray wool. We're going to place gray wool on top of the white concrete. To the right of that, we're going to place us gray terracotta. And then we're going to go and we're going to place us gray concrete. We're going to place 4 gray concrete to the right of the gray terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to take a soul sand and place soul sand to the right of the gray concrete. And then we're going to place us gray concrete on top of soul sand and soul sand to the right of the gray concrete. The up top gray concrete. Underneath the soul sand, we're going to place this gray wool. And to the left of the gray concrete, we're going to place this another gray concrete. To the left of that gray concrete, we'll place this gray terracotta. Then gray concrete to the left again. And then gray terracotta to the left again. Then we're going to grab us bedrock. We're going to place us bedrock to the left of the gray terracotta. And then place us gray concrete to the left of the bedrock. From there, we're going to go ahead and take us some arcana wood log. Place that on top of the light gray concrete powder. And then place gray concrete on top. Next thing we're going to do, on top of that gray concrete, we're going to place up to bedrock, and then we're going to place this bedrock on top of the gray concrete right here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take us some gray wool, place that to the right on top of the right bedrock, and then on top of the left bedrock, we're going to place up 3 gray wool. To right in the middle, we're going to place this gray wool, and then to the left, up top left, or to the left of the up top gray wool, and place this up to gray wool. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna place us bedrock on top of the gray terracotta over to the right over here, and up left diagonal we're gonna place us bedrock. Next thing we're gonna do is place us arcana wood log on top of the right bedrock. And then we're going to take us dorite, and to right at the bottom bedrock, we're going to place up to dorite. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take us some light gray wool, and we're going to place light gray wool to right at the bottom dorite. We're going to place it all the way over, all the way over to the right. All the way over to soul sand on the far right. And then we're going to go ahead on top of the polished dorite, we're going to build up to gray concrete, and then 1 to right at the very top, and then we're going to place the light gray wool all the way over to the very far right gray concrete. From there, we're going to place underneath that right gray concrete gray terracotta, and then to right of the gray terracotta, we're going to place this gray wool. On top of the gray wool, we're going to take us coal block and place it on top of the gray wool. On top of the coal block, we're going to place this light gray concrete powder on top of the coal block, and place bedrock on top of light gray concrete powder. We're then going to place this dorite to the right of the light gray concrete powder, and then we're going to place us black concrete underneath the dorite. We're then going to place us light gray wool on top of the dorite, and then we're going to place us bedrock to right of the dorite. Underneath the bedrock, what the heck? Okay, the bedrock, we're gonna take us some mossy stone bricks, and we're gonna place us that underneath the bedrock, and then we're gonna place it right in mossy stone bricks, dorite, and then on top of the dorite, we're gonna take us gray concrete and place that on top of the dorite. On top of the gray concrete, we're going to place us another brick block, and then we're going to place us cracked stone bricks to the left of the nether brick block. We're then going to grab us iron ore and place that on top of the cracked stone bricks, and then place coal ore on top of the iron ore. On top of the coal ore, we're going to place this iron ore. And then we're going to take us mossy stone bricks. We're going to place up 3 on top of the light gray wool. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to place to the left of the bedrock at the very bottom 2 mossy stone bricks going to the left. Then we're going to go ahead and take us arcana wood log, and we're going to place arcana wood log from the mossy stone bricks all the way over to the dorite. And then on above the dorite, what we're going to do is we're going to take us some cyan terracotta again. And then we're going to go up 5 cyan terracotta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top of the dorite. And then on top of the cyan terracotta, we're going to go up 3 arcana wood logs. Alright, and then we're going to work from the very bottom down here around a bit. So we're going to grab us gray terracotta. We're going to place that to the right of the gray wool at the very bottom. Then we're going to grab us bedrock, place it on top, one on top of the gray terracotta, and then to the left of that bedrock, up 2 bedrock. On top of the bedrock, we're going up 2, we're going to place this gray wool on top of, and then to the right of it, we're going to place us up 3 gray wool. Okay. And if there wasn't gray wool right here, I don't know if I broke that in accident. We're going to place gray wool there. Next thing we're going to do is take us gray concrete and place okay, on the far left of here, we're going to place up 2 bedrock. To right, we're going to place up 2 gray concrete. And on top of that gray concrete, we're going to place us gray wool. On top of the bedrock on the far left, we're going to place us arcana wood log. And then on top of that arcana wood log, we're going to place us bedrock. And on top of that bedrock, we're going to take us some iron ore and place iron ore on top of the bedrock. To the right of the iron ore, we're going to place us arcana wood log to the right of it, and then we're going to take us coal ore, and we're going to place that to the right of the arcana wood log. To the right of the coal ore, we're going to take us some gray concrete and place that to the right of the coal ore, and then we're going to place us down 2 bedrock underneath the gray concrete. To the left of the top gray concrete, we're going to place us, or to the left of the top bedrock, we're going to place us gray concrete, and then we're going to go ahead and fill in this little gap right here with bedrock. Over here at the right at the very bottom, we're going to go ahead from the far left all the way to the right. We're going to go ahead and go ahead and place black concrete all the way across the bottom right here. And then what we're going to do on the far left, we're going to build up black concrete on the far left even with the cyan terracotta, like that, where they're exactly even. And then on the right, we're just going to build up same height, so even with the middle coal block right there, the middle one. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take us coal block, and we're going to place from the far right black concrete from the far right at the very bottom, place 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to take us black wool. And we're going to place black wool to the left of the coal blocks. And then we're going to take us black terracotta and place on top of the black wool up 2 black terracotta. And then place 2 black terracotta to the right at the very bottom. 2 to the right. So 1, 2. Oops, 2. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take us another brick block and place another brick block on top of the far left black terracotta. On top of the black concrete, we're going to place this coal block, and then we're going to place on top of that coal block black concrete going to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then place coal block to the right of that, and then 2 coal blocks to the 2 black concrete to the right, and then coal block to the left of the top coal ore. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and grab us some gray terracotta. I'm going to place 3 to the left of the top coal block, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to place a gray terracotta on top of the nether brick block on the far left. Alright, next thing we're going to do is grab us some black concrete powder. We're going to place 1 black concrete powder on top of the far right coal block, and then place another brick block on top. And we're going to go ahead and fill in the gap right here with just black concrete powder. Alright, now up here, in between this gap right here, we're going to start off by taking us some coal ore. Place that to the left of the arcana wood log. Take us an arcana wood log, place that to the left of the coal ore. Take us some cyan terracotta. We're going to place that to the left of the arcana wood log. And arcana wood log to the left of the cyan terracotta. And then coal ore to the left of the arcana wood log. Alright, now we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and grab us some coal, or not coal, gray concrete, and place to the left of the iron ore over here on the right side. To the left of the iron ore, we're gonna place us up 3 gray concrete, and then to the left of the, or on top of the nether brick block, we're gonna place us a gray concrete on top. Then we're gonna go and grab us gray wool and place that on top of the left gray concrete. Next thing we're gonna do is grab us some mossy cobblestone, place that on top of the gray concrete. To the right of the mossy cobblestone, let me just make sure everything's still good. We're recording, yeah, we're all good. To the right of the mossy cobblestone, we're gonna go ahead and grab us bedrock. We're gonna go up 3 bedrock to the right of the mossy cobblestone. On top of the iron ore, we're gonna go ahead and take us some gray terracotta, place that on top of the iron ore. Then we're gonna place us arcane log up 3 on top of the coal ore. And then we're gonna place us up 2 gray concrete on top of the gray terracotta. On top of the gray concrete, we're gonna place this gray wool. On top of the gray wool, we're gonna place this arcane log. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take us redstone ore. And place redstone ore to the right of the top arcane log. Then we're gonna take us light gray concrete powder and place up 2 on top of the redstone ore, 1, 2, and then place redstone, or place light gray concrete powder to the left of the bottom light gray concrete. No, light gray concrete powder. Next thing we're gonna do, grab us light gray wool, place that to the left of the very bottom light gray wool, or light gray concrete powder, place that to the left of it. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take us some arcana, or not arcana, andesite, and then place place andesite on top of the light gray wool. We're gonna go ahead and grab us a arcana log, place that on top of the mossy cobblestone, place that right there, and then we're gonna grab us light gray wool, place that to the left of arcana log, and then place us iron ore on top of the light gray wool. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab us some gravel, place that on top of the iron ore. And then we're gonna grab us some gray concrete and place gray concrete on top of arcane log. And then we're gonna grab us some coal ore and place up 2 coal ore on top of the gray concrete. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab us some stone bricks and place that to the left of the coal ore. And then on top of the stone bricks, we're gonna place this coal ore. And then to the right of the coal ore, we're gonna place us arcane log. And then to the right of arcane log, we're gonna place this coal ore. Next thing we're gonna do is take us iron ore, place that to the right of the arcane log, and then we're gonna place this coal or iron ore on top of the right light gray concrete powder. To the left of the light gray concrete powder, we're gonna go ahead, or to the left of the iron ore up top here, we're gonna place us cracked stone bricks. And then we're gonna grab us bedrock, place bedrock on top of the right iron ore. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab us clay block, place clay block on top of the right bedrock, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab us light gray wool, place that on top of the clay block, and then we're gonna grab us coal ore, and then place 3 to the left of the light gray wool, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna take us our coal ore, place 1 to the right of the bedrock, and then place us arcane log on top of the coal ore, and then place a cyan terracotta to the left of the arcane log, and then arcane log to the left of the cyan terracotta. From there, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna place us light gray wool to the right of the to the right of the top coal ore in between this gap right here, and to the right of it, we're gonna place this arcane log to the right of it of the light gray wool. To the right of the light gray wool, we're gonna place to the right of the arcane log, we're gonna place this coal ore, and then we're gonna take us some gravel and place that underneath the coal ore. To the left of the coal ore, we're gonna take a cyan terracotta and place that to left, or not to left the coal ore, but to left the gravel. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab us stone. I'm gonna place 2 stone to the left of the cyan terracotta, 1, 2. Okay. So next thing I want to do here is we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go over here up top in between this gap. We're gonna place the right of the bedrock, gray concrete. Then we're gonna place the right of gray concrete, gray wool, and then we're gonna place the right of the gray wool, stone bricks. And then on top of the stone bricks, we're gonna place this a birchwood log. And then on top of the birchwood log, we're gonna place this gray wool going to right 3. 1, 2, 3. Then grab bedrock, place bedrock to right of the gray wool, and place to the left of the gray wool 3 bedrock. To the left of the bedrock at the very top, we're gonna place another brick block going up 2. 1, 2. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take us gray concrete, place that underneath the nether brick blocks. We're gonna take us some diorite, and we're gonna place that to the right of the gray concrete. From there, we're gonna take us an iron block, and we're gonna place iron block to the right of the diorite, and then place diorite to the right of the iron block. To the right of the birchwood log, we're gonna place us clay block, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab us polished diorite, place that to the right of the clay block, and then clay block to the right of the polished diorite. And then we're gonna go ahead and place us a birchwood log to the right of the clay block, and then from there we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take us diorite, place that to the right of the birchwood log, and then to right of the diorite we're gonna place us birchwood log to the right of it, and then polished diorite to the right of the birchwood log, and then bedrock to the right of the polished diorite. Alright, so we're gonna go back to the right of this bedrock up top here. We're gonna place gray wool to the right of it. We're gonna take us a gray concrete powder, place that to the right of the gray wool, and then place gray wool to the right of the gray concrete powder, and then place gray concrete to the right of the gray wool. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and continue make our way over to the right, and after this next letter right here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start working our way up above here. And I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do next. I think I'm either gonna work my way over here a bit more to left with the background, or I'm gonna, like, after getting the next row up here done, either work way over here to the left with the background, or work my way over to the right and just kind of steadily work up. But I'm thinking the left might be my best choice. I'm not really sure though, but I guess we'll see how things go over time. So let me just check how we're doing on time, and then we're gonna go ahead and continue from there. Okay, so we're doing okay on time. So we can at least get started with this part, and we can continue in the next video. Okay, so to the right at the very bottom, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take us some black concrete. So to the right of the coal blocks, place 2 black concrete to the right of the coal, the bottom coal blocks. Then we're gonna grab us black concrete powder, place that on top of the left black concrete, and then place black concrete powder to the right of the black concrete. Then we're gonna take us some light gray wool, place that on top of the right black concrete powder, and then take us some gray wool, and let's grab us gray concrete as well. We place gray wool to the right of the black concrete powder, and then place 2 gray concrete to the right of the gray wool, and then place gray wool to the right of the gray concrete. Then to the right of the gray wool, we're gonna place us black concrete powder. And the next thing we're gonna do, okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and do this so we don't have to later on. So we're gonna place this to the right of the black concrete powder. We're gonna place us 4 black concrete to the right of the black concrete powder. Then on top of the left black concrete, and place us black concrete powder. And then we're gonna grab us a coal block and place a coal block on top of the black concrete powder. On top of that coal block, place black concrete powder, and then on top of the black concrete powder, and place up to black concrete. Then we're gonna place on top of the black concrete coal block, and then to the right of the coal block, we're gonna place this black concrete. Underneath the black concrete on the far right, we're gonna place this coal block, and then place us we're gonna take us black wool. We're gonna take us some black wool, and we'll place black wool underneath the coal block on the right here. underneath the coal block, or underneath the black wool, we're going to place another coal block. And then underneath that coal block, we're going to place this black concrete. And then we're going to place to the right, or underneath the black concrete, we're going to place us 3 coal blocks going to right. 1, 2, 3. And then down right diagonal from there, we're going to go 3 coal blocks going to right. 1, 2, 3. And then on top, or to left of, or not left, to the right of the coal blocks, we're going to go up 3 black wool. 1, 2, 3. To the left of the middle black wool, we're going to place this 2 coal blocks to the left in the middle. 1, 2. And then we're going to place on in between this gap right here, up 2 black wool, and then 1 to right at the very middle. To the left of the top black wool, we're going to place this black concrete pattern going 2 to the left. 1, 2. And then 1 on the far right over here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take us black, or not black, coal block on the far right, black wool, place 1 on there, and then black wool on top of the coal block. And then we're going to go to the left of the black wool. We're going to go to left 3 times, going up 2 with coal blocks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that was 3 times. And then we're going to place to the left of the coal block to the very bottom, 1 coal block to the left at the very bottom, and then place black wool on top of it. And in between the gap, we're going to place up 2 coal blocks. 1, 2. And then to right, we're going to place this black concrete all the way to the right. 1 pass over the edge, so basically just going all the way over, and then went over the edge like this. Now we're gonna where we went over the edge, we're just gonna build all the way down with black concrete. And over to the right at the very bottom, we're gonna place 1 black concrete to the right at the very bottom. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and to the right of the top black concrete at the far left, we're gonna place this black concrete powder to the right of it, and then place black wool to the right of that. Then we're going to place a coal block to the right of it, and then place 2 black wool to the right of the coal block, and then place 2 coal blocks to the right of the black wool. 1, 2. Okay. Let's see how we're doing on time. I think here would be a good place to stop, and I'll try to make a video directly after this one so we can continue working on there. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hopefully you enjoy us again in the next one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.